Thank you very much, guys. This is Life with Decent Q. Today, I wanted us to speak about the topic about drugs, drug abuse, and the youth of South Africa, street kids abonyaupesi being hooked to the drugs. I would like to just make it clear where my position stand in this conversation about drugs. I don't stand on the side of the drug abusers, the people who are hooked to the drugs. I also don't stand on the side of the drug sellers, the drug dealers. I don't pick a side, and everyone must take accountability, everyone involved in this drug conversation, because I believe the South African youth is not taking enough accountability. That's why many people are not leaving the drugs, because it's made to seem as if it's not their fault that it's not their fault that they're doing drugs. They are made to think that it's someone else for them doing drugs. And that's what the government says. That's what the people will say. They will always blame some Nigerian drug dealers. They'll always blame that old lady on the corner who sells drugs. They'll always blame that brother who sells inyaupe. But they will never blame the people who are hooked to these things for putting themselves in situations that force them to take drugs. They will never blame the drug addict for doing the drugs, but somehow they will blame the drug dealer. And I think it's stupid to do that, because people must be made to take accountability. I was reading this book. I don't remember who wrote the book. I'm not a books person, so I don't even remember people's names or the authors of the books or the title of the book. I couldn't care anyway. The book was speaking about the psychology behind quitting habits like addiction. It was mentioning a lot of addictive habits, even drugs, even sexual addiction, even other addictions. But when it came to the drug addiction, that chapter, the quitting of certain habits, and then drugs, the habit of doing drugs, the first step into quitting is to accept that you are doing this. Is to accept and take accountability that you are the one who has been smoking that. You are the one who has been destroying your own life. You are the one who chose to do that. That's the first step. The first step is to accept, is to take accountability and responsibility for putting your life in that situation. So it's your fault. If you're doing drugs, it's your fault. If you're addicted to drugs, it's your fault. If you continuously go and buy drugs, it's your fault. If you tell other people about a drug dealer that you know and tell them to go and buy drugs, it's your fault. If you decide to sniff or smoke a drug, it's your fault. If you decide to wake up from your comfortable bed and go in a kasi which is not yours, and go there to a specific drug lord and buy drugs or chill there in the bando and smoke the drugs there, it's your fault. I don't see how it's not your fault. I don't understand why it can never be the drug addict's fault that they're doing the drugs. It's their fault. It can't be the fault of the drug dealer. Because if it's the fault of the drug dealer, that means you guys are saying to us. Now, I'll come back to that. The reason why I don't agree with the people who always want to take away the accountability is because you're taking away the individuality of a person, and you're taking away the power of that addict, because you're trying to convince them and indoctrinate them so bad to make them believe that they're not in charge of their own life. The decisions they've been making, it's not them. They can easily feel defeated and think that they are possessed by a spirit. That's why they're doing these things, even when it's them doing this to themselves. They can easily even go out there and start raping people, raping women, doing horrible things, even hijacking cars, robbing people, stabbing people. But because you took away their accountability, they won't even see them robbing people as their fault. Because no, it's the government's fault that I'm poor, so I'm robbing people. It's the government's fault that there's drug dealers, so it's the Nigerians' fault. They're selling drugs. That's why I'm robbing people, killing people, becoming a gangster. I don't agree with that type of thinking, because it's the reason why we are here today. It's the same issue about unemployment. Many people don't want to agree the reason why they're unemployed is because of them, not because of the government. Not because the government has made it clear there's no jobs the government is going to create. There's no industrialization. The government made it clear to everyone. The one responsible for the job is the private sector, predominantly owned by Israel people, the Jewish people, white people, Indian people. They own majority of that sector, where they get to hire people in masses. The companies, the businesses, the warehouses. It's not government's fault. And I don't understand why you would blame the private sector that you don't have a job. Like, why didn't you go and create a company like the private sector did and hire people when angogwako? So I don't agree with people being made to feel like they don't have a say for their life. Because it's a problem taking away accountability from someone. And usually from a man who's doing drugs. It's a problem because you are telling that man that this life he's living is not his. It's someone else controlling him. You can't indoctrinate people to think like that. I don't agree with that. That's why I'm saying the drug issue, the drug pandemic in South Africa, the youth of South Africa, whoever is doing the drugs, it's their fault. They should take accountability and responsibility. Of course, the drug dealers must take accountability for creating a market for this. But there is plenty of markets, and many people are not diving deep into that market. There's a market of witchcraft. Many people choose to do it, and many people choose not to do it. Does it make it that Sangoma's fault that this person decided to go and practice witchcraft and lawyer people? No. You stood from your own bed, woke up in the morning and went to a Sangoma and said, I want to bewitch that person. It's not that Sangoma's fault. Witchcraft is there. Drugs are there. Gangsterism is there. But you chose to go to it. It's your fault. You chose to allow it to be hooked by it. You chose the friends who were doing it and you thought it was cool. It's still your fault, because even if you want to say it's your friends' peer pressure, you chose those friends. You chose it. It's you. It's all on you. So this drug issue in South Africa, people must just take accountability, responsibility, and we must stop fooling each other as a society and act like hi, yazin bayegeleni, aksi hibo, they are possessed with what. No. It's them, guys. And thank you very much for continuously watching my channel, guys. I highly appreciate you guys, because here we have very serious, honest discussions. And I hear there's people who are saying I must make the videos longer because it's very engaging, it's very interesting. I'll start making the videos longer, maybe 20 minutes plus, when I get 500 subscribers. So guys, keep on subscribing, then so I can make the videos longer. Keep on sharing, let people know so they can also be hooked in this type of drug. This content is drug. This other person who commented is like, yo, your content is drugs, bruh. I'm so hooked. I'm like, yeah, it's your fault. Why are you hooked? It's your fault, man. It's not my fault that you're hooked. Yeah. But yeah, thank you to everyone who's been supporting, guys. We see the amazing work. We see the support. I just felt it within my heart, within myself, that I should speak about this specific topic, about drugs, about drug abuse, because it's important, to speak about this. It's important to speak about the individuality element of human beings making their own decisions. And I think we shouldn't take away that human element of people making their own decisions and being accountable to their decisions, because that's how we're going to destroy the society, because people won't be taking any accountability for even the wrong, horrible things they do, not just to themselves but to other people, because it's not their fault. It's someone else's fault that I punch you in the face. It's someone else's fault that I took your phone, I raped your daughter. It's someone else's fault. No, it can't be. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. But it is, guys. It is what it is. We thank you very much. Dango.